Marcus Garvey, the visionary who shaped black nationalism. Born in Jamaica in 1887, Marcus Garvey founded the Universal Negro Improvement Association, better known as UNIA. His powerful advocacy for black nationalism and Pan-Africanism changed history. Garvey's vision inspired millions worldwide to embrace racial pride and economic independence. Garvey's early influence. Caribbean roots. Born in Jamaica, Garvey witnessed racial inequality firsthand. These early experiences shaped his worldview, especially Central America journey out in the Central Americas. Traveled through Central America in 1910 and 1912, where he observed the oppression of black workers. So it originally started in Costa Rica, where he noticed that the black laborers were getting treated badly. They were getting treated poorly. Then he traveled to Panama. This is all still Central America, right? So that's like Mexico. Anyways, so he goes to Panama and he noticed that there was an established racial hierarchy amongst different racial groups. Then last but not least, he went to Ecuador and Nicaragua, where he noticed that every black person shared a common experience, which was oppression. London education in London from 1912 to 1914. He connected with African students and Pan-African thinkers. And in 1914, he already had UNIA established. He returned to Jamaica to become the founding father of this organization. Washington's influence, discovered up from slavery, which profoundly shaped his vision for black advancement. The birth of Garveyism, self-determination, complete independence for people of African descent. Pan-African unity, connecting black people across national boundaries. Economic empowerment, building black-owned businesses and institutions. Cultural renaissance, reclaiming African history and identity. Also, by the way, that writing Up from Slavery that was made by Booker T. Washington, the document that Marcus Garvey was originally inspired from, well, later on, Garvey had a couple critiques about it, and one of the critiques was the integration into white society. And that was the same slight critique and strife that he had with W.E.B. Du Bois. And if you don't know who W.E.B. Du Bois is, well, he's the first African American to get a doctoral degree out of Harvard. And he had his own organization, as we all know, as the NAACP. Booker T. Washington's impact on Garvey. This was Washington's philosophy: cast down your bucket where you are. Washington advocated practical education and economic self-reliance. He founded Tuskegee Institute to provide industrial training. He approach emphasized working within existing systems. Garvey's adaptation of Washington's philosophy. Garvey expanded Washington's ideas to a global scale. He envisioned international black commerce networks, while Washington focused locally. Garvey thought globally. He applied industrial education concepts across continents. So Booker T. Washington was more of an international thinker with that scale, but Marcus Garvey was global, universal thinker. And you're going to learn about the Black Star Line later. That was 1919. We'll get to that later. They never got a chance to meet one another because Booker T. Washington died in 1915. And this will, of course, be when Marcus Garvey would have finally arrived in the Americas, well, United States of America, in 1916. So this was 4 months after Booker T. Washington's death. Garvey's major initiatives: Black Star Line, 1919, creating shipping company to facilitate trade between Africa, Caribbean, and America, raised $10 million from black investors. Negro Factories Corporation, established businesses employing black workers, including grocery stores, laundries, restaurants, and printing plants. Back to Africa movement, promoted repatriation to Liberia, negotiated with the Liberian government for settlement land. Negro World newspaper, published weekly in multiple languages, reached global circulation of 200,000 at its peak. Garvey and Washington shared visions, education focused, both believe in practical education for economic advancement. They value skill that led to employment and business ownership. Pragmatic approach, both focus on practical achievements over rhetoric. They measure success by tangible economic gains. self-reliance. Both emphasized building independent institutions. They taught that waiting for external help was pointless. I agree. Institution building. Both created educational and business organizations. They believed strong black institutions were essential for progress. Garvey's lasting influence. Rastafari movement. Garvey's prophecy about an African king inspired Jamaica's Rastafari faith. His red, black, and green flag became cultural symbols. Nation of Islam. Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X built on Garvey's black nationalism. Their economic program reflected Garvey's self-reliance teachings. Civil rights movement. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. acknowledged Garvey's contribution. His mass mobilization techniques influenced later activism. African independence movements. Kwame Nkrumah drew inspiration from Garvey. His ideas fueled anti-colonial struggles across Africa. Historical recognition. He was issued a posthumous pardon by President Biden, which acknowledged Garvey's unjust conviction. Jamaica declared him a national hero in 1969. Economic models. By the way, they convicted him of mail fraud, and he did 3 out of his 5 years there. They convicted him of mail fraud after starting up the Black Star Line in 1919. Economic models. Modern black-owned businesses movements reflect Garvey's vision. He emphasized on economic solidarity remains relevant. Cultural resurgence. Afrocentrism and education, arts built on Garvey's foundations. The Black is Beautiful ethos echoes his teachings. Global movement. Black Lives Matter extends Garvey's international perspective. His vision of global black solidarity continues to inspire activism. One of the biggest and main things that I took from Marcus Garvey is that you don't have to wait on anybody to make a move. You can move by yourself if that's what it takes, because a true leader is going to have followers. So once you're in motion, everybody's going to follow you. If you like this video, comment, share, subscribe. It's Hef, free game.
Hey, I also want to give you guys an apology because you can hear people clinging pots and pans and plates and tablespoons, teaspoons all together. So I apologize in advance, and I start hearing this irritating tapping sound. It was messing up my feng shui. Yeah. It was messing up my feng shui of presenting for you guys. So once again, I appreciate y'all as always for sticking with me. And like always, have a good one. It's Hef the Philosopher. Put your thinkers on. Don't be stuck forever. Let's learn and grow together.